Last week on MoneyFish.
So we're heading out offshore in the full pull, rod in hand, ready to go. Got the mahi fed, and it was on.
It's a day we went out to really learn what was going on and what they were seeing and how they do it on a day-to-day basis.
Very excited to go out and white marlin fish for the first time on the Warbird. It was a good ending. First day out, 2 for 3, fired up coming into the White Marlin Open.
We on the hunt for that money fish. When we set that hook, we don't ever miss. One day this game is gonna make us rich, y'all. Climb on board, let's hunt that money fish.
I'm an angler, fish wrangler. I catch 'em no matter where they are, y'all. I go get 'em. Call me the line wetter. Big fish catcher, rockin' hook gear, ain't no one better. Lake to salt water, pond to big river. When I bait the hook, I always deliver. Only one thing always on my list. Wake up and hunt that money fish. Put your boat in, call your friends. It's about that time to go fishing again.
We on the hunt for that money fish. When we set that hook, we don't ever miss. One day this game is gonna make us rich, y'all. Climb on board, let's hunt that money fish.
Top water terror, bait cast bandit. Deep sea demon, the fish can't stand it. Know that I'm coming, saltwater chumming. Largemouth legend, show up and catch 'em. There's only one thing always on my list. Wake up and hunt that money fish. Put your boat in, call your friends. It's about that time to go fishing again. Oh, I'm about to get 'em right here. Gonna take that thing. It's that money fish.
We on the hunt for that money fish. When we set that hook, we don't ever miss. One day this game is gonna make us rich, y'all. Climb on board, let's hunt that money fish.
Money fish.
This week, the team is back in Ocean City, Maryland for the biggest billfish tournament in the world, the 43rd annual White Marlin Open. Nearly $4 million in payouts. Attract 308 of the best billfish boats in the world.
So we're coming into registration for the White Marlin Open. We're fortunate enough to get approached to get involved on some of the captain swag and buckets that goes to the crew, and just really excited the way this town has embraced us and jumped all over the chance. So everybody's getting a really cool blacked out hook bucket with visors and hats. Some of the coolest stuff we've ever built. And we knew it was going to be the hottest ticket in town because the only way you could get it was to be in the White Marlin Open. Something really cool we're very thankful to get involved in, and as a partial sponsor to the tournament is something we look forward to. So heading over to sign up, it's one of those things I really wanted to see. How are people reacting to the hats and the visors? Are they trying to sell their buckets for $50 or anything like that? And it worked, man. There's hats, visors everywhere. Everybody's wearing the gear that they bought earlier that day. Just really exciting to see coming into registration, getting ready to kick off the biggest billfish tournament in the world. All right, time to register. A lot of money goes out the door with the hopes of winning a lot more for charity, and this is exciting. Everybody's all jacked up. They've collected all their pool of dollars for registration and all the calcutas, the dock bets, and fever pitch right now. We're gonna have to fish tomorrow. The weather this week is horrible right now, so every boat just about is gonna fish tomorrow. So everybody's gonna register, captain's meeting, and then cutting out to go rig, do final prep, and then 300 boats out the inlet tomorrow at 4 a.m. Officially official. After about an hour wait with 100 plus guys, we're entered in the tournament. So got my sweet White Marlin hat provided by us. We're about to change it out, get in White Marlin mode, and hopefully we don't make a fool of ourselves here like we did last year. So one of the challenges this year, it seems like every year, is weather. And being a smaller boat in the fleet, you have to fish 3 out of 5 days, or can fish 3 out of 5 days, and you have to schedule them accordingly. And weighing in the probability and accuracy on long-range forecasts versus what you have right in front of you, it became pretty clear that we were going to fish day one, and I believe 302 boats fished day one also. That was going to be the nicest day, decent ride out, rough ride home, and the first day, I mean, that's your chance to really get on the board, bring a fish to the scale. There's nothing out there yet, so there's nothing to beat. A legal fish is coming on a ride home, and day one, we're going to get after it. Outlook for the rest of the week was miserable, so really at this point, no outlook on what we're going to do. I mean, is it going to be a Monday, Thursday, Friday, or Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or are you going to get 2 days because it's too dangerous? We had to wait for the forecast to pan out, but day one, we're shoving off.
Your choice of fishing apparel can make or break your day out on the water. Added mesh vents for superior breathability. Moisture transport cooling technology to keep you dry and comfortable. And antimicrobial to keep you from smelling like your catch. With added SPF to keep you protected. We've added stain release to keep the blood or any other stains at bay. Our most technologically advanced fishing shirt for all the necessary dirty work.
Fish on! Come on, get together.
Hey! Good job!
Yeah, right.
The Nomad system is engineered to help you get back to the basics. Integrated assembly. Silver Z scent suppression system. Industry-leading scent reduction technology. Each piece is modular, but can stand on its own. Expanding gussets in the outer shell give you freedom of movement in the early season, but allows you to expand the foul weather system in winter. Nomad provides technical clothing built by hunters for hunters.
Day 1, White Marlin Open.
So day one of the White Marlin Open, we're going to get up early. We're going to get out there, and it's a hike. You're still running 67 miles, every day to get on top of the fish. And, the jitters were there. You're kind of excited. Last year, it was like a little nerves, but this year was more excitement. I mean, we felt good about what we were doing. We felt good. I mean, we're wearing brand new product. The product's great. And we're ready. We've been catching fish, on pre-fish days on our boat by ourselves. We've been catching fish with some of the best. We feel good about it, and we make the run out there, and let's go. Let's get there. So we get it. I mean, we want to be there.
It's amazing when you're fishing Freeman how fast you can get to the fishing grounds. Our captain and Crack Rabbit has a need for speed, and he knows one speed, and that's hammer down. That's all he does. If we're going 0, that's one thing, but our next speed is 54 knots. That's all he knows. There is no in between. And so we knew that we didn't have to get up as early as everyone else, but we did anyway. And we just happened to get out to the fishing grounds 2 hours early and putt around and try to find bait, which is pretty good. You're able to get out there and putt around, track on your sonar, look at your fish, look at your bait, see where we're at, and start marking them so you can start working those areas later on in the day.
We have a plan together. Ben's going to drive the boat. Doc and Josh are going to run the back to the teaser and the lures. And then Brad and I are in the back corners watching the flat line and the longs. And, there's a lot that goes into this. There's a lot of moving parts, and everyone's got to be on the same page. And you got to spend time working with each other. And day one, we were excited. Started off a little slow and hadn't really seen anything.
Fished all morning, didn't have much going on. We find this trash bag.
Drew comes up to me as I'm driving the boat and says, "Hey, look, there's a bag of trash over there," and that's just what it was. It was a big trash bag, it was full, it was tied off, it was floating. So we made a couple passes by it, and sure enough, Mr. Mahi was home, and we were doubled up pretty quickly with a big one. I mean, this one's gonna get weighed. It's gonna be in that 40-50 pound range, which is gonna be in the money. Very exciting time. Didn't last long, unfortunately. We had him on for a little bit. Ended up losing him. Made another pass by, hooked up again. This time came tight on one that was just a little bit smaller, and fought that one to the boat with the big guy following right behind her the whole time.
Bringing in this cow, we see another big one, old big sucker, swimming right behind it. Big old bull, probably over 40 pounds. And so we got that cow in and we started pounding that area. And we had that bull dolphin up behind our teaser, swimming right behind it, pulled the teaser out in front of it, tried to get it over onto the flat line. It was swimming right in the prop wash, right behind the flat line, and couldn't get him to eat. It's like he had lockjaw or something. He just did not want to chomp down for whatever reason.
Crazy to see, your money fish right there. You're going to the scales with that guy swimming right next to her. Wouldn't take a bait. We ended up boating the other fish and drove around that trash bag for probably 2 hours on the way to find another spot. But good excitement, catching fish, getting knocked down, stuff flying out of the riggers, and clickers going off is always good for crew morale. Got a sandwich on the boat, and now it's time to head inshore and track down a white marlin.
This is performance, from the first fish to the last.
We torture our lights so you can rely on them in the real world. Rigid Industries has created the world's toughest LED lights, now available for your boat. Start seeing the difference. Rigid Industries.
The Nomad system is engineered to help you get back to the basics. Integrated assembly. Silver Z scent suppression system. Industry-leading scent reduction technology. Each piece is modular, but can stand on its own. Expanding gussets in the outer shell give you freedom of movement in the early season, but allows you to expand the foul weather system in winter. Nomad provides technical clothing built by hunters for hunters.
So we head into the afternoon, and we're back to where we caught them pre-fishing. Not a ton of fish in there, but we knew there was fish there, and that was just going to be our deal. We're going to go in there, we're going to pound it out and be ready for those 1 to 2 bites that we got. And sure enough,
all of a sudden the call comes out, right teaser, right teaser, right teaser, there he is. And that's probably the most exciting thing you can hear white marlin fishing. I mean, that means that fish has risen up and he's underneath your teaser and he's billing it and he's getting on top of it and he wants to eat. You know, and that's what the flat line's designed for. You know, we're popping it out of the clip and dropping it right back, and that ballyhoo is just falling right to him, and that fish just looks at it and goes, man, there is a treat for me. He's gonna take that. That first fish that came up on the right teaser, and it was just absolute textbook. We start hollering out right teaser. The right teaser starts ripping in, and that flat line just gets dropped right back. And you could see this fish. He turned off the teaser and crawled all over that bait. And, you know, then and there, it's like, it's so hard to keep your composure because you're just so excited. You know, seeing that bite, seeing that feed is something special. And, you know, you're staying in free spool, giving him time. You know, he's dog boning, he's going to turn, but he's going to swallow it.
We got Whitey for sure, finally. Well, we haven't got in the boat, but at least we got the hookup.
And Drew was Johnny on the spot, right on the flat line, holding the bait in his hand in free spool, and fish came up and just gobbled him up. And good feed, turned it up real nice and slow. It came tight, and you know, we got our white marlin on in the first day of the White Marlin Open.
Your first white marlin as a team is something very special, and this fish is greyhounding and tail walking and taking off, and trust me, we are very, very excited. And we fought this fish for a long time. We might have been babying it just because our first one. We wanted the release, wanted to get some points in the tournament, but you know, it just, everything went perfect.
We took a long time to land that fish. I mean, in a big boat, you'd back right up to him. My first time handling the Freeman in those seas, with, you know, the reality of we have to make a TV show. And it's not just tournament fishing and documenting that. It's like, hey, let's get a good look at this fish and make sure we get it. So very gingerly handling the boat, making sure we're fighting the fish with rod and reel and getting it up for a nice clean release and, you know, a great picture on camera. So thankfully it all worked out.
And knock the skunk off the boat. You know, we felt like we had this bad karma going on with all, but we were able to put that skunk out of the game and really get in. And, you know, it's a confidence builder. To do something during a tournament day is a lot better than doing it during a non-tournament day because it actually means something.
We did it! Hey, we finally did it. White Marlin Open, 2015. We're coming for you, Riggs. Johnny, we're coming.
The fish was hooked perfectly. He was leadered and billed perfectly. Came up. We checked him out. You know, just not a large enough fish to weigh, but enough to, you know, get us excited. And that was a special moment to catch our first white marlin in the White Marlin Open.
Your choice of fishing apparel can make or break your day out on the water. Added mesh vents for superior breathability. Moisture transport cooling technology to keep you dry and comfortable. And antimicrobial to keep you from smelling like your catch. With added SPF to keep you protected. We've added stain release to keep the blood or any other stains at bay. Our most technologically advanced fishing shirt for all the necessary dirty work.
This is performance, from the first fish to the last.
Not long after we boat that first fish, you know, lines are back in. We're kind of trolling down sea, and you know, here they come again. We got a fish up on the teaser, really hard, chomping away at it. Similar situation. Drew's on the flat line, pops it out of the clip. He's got it sitting there in free spool. He's ready. Fish peels off the teaser and eats him. And you know, he's in free spool. He's feeding the fish. Comes tight for a little bit. Nothing. I mean, that's just the reality of what we're doing. It's not always going to work out the way you have to hook these fish. And fortunately, you know, as prescribed, get a flatline bite, fish kind of peels back, didn't work out, and then lo and behold, he's on the right rigger. And Stubbs, Johnny on the spot, rod in his hand, ready, fed him, and you know, we're hooked up. Second white marlin, first day.
Stubbs, who is the ringer, I mean, coming out of nowhere catching fish. You know, he hooks one on the long, comes tight, and he's fighting this fish, and we're all nervous again because look, we're gonna go 2 for 3. I mean, that's not bad. We're gonna be on the board, and this could be a good fish. I mean, you just never know. And that fish is tail walking, jumping, doing the same thing, and goes ninja mode, of course. You know, they all go ninja mode and run every which way, and you have no idea what to do, but you make it up as you go.
We've got them on. It's time to get this one done. So a little more aggressive driving on my part. We've already got one. We've gotten, you know, footage. We got our hands on one. We got the skunk off the boat, but the seas are building. I mean, we're in, I'll call them 6 to 8. They were probably really 4 to 6, but it makes it tough in a boat that, you know, isn't 80,000 pounds or 60,000 pounds. It's getting pushed around. So certainly something you have to deal with. You know, it took a little longer than it should, but got him in. Got a nice clean release on him, and man, feeling good.
And so here we are. We've got 2 white marlin on the first day of the White Marlin Open, and we are excited. I mean, we're jacked up. We can't wait to get back to the jetties to put up our flags and show everybody that, you know, these hickornuts last year that got skunked and didn't catch a single fish actually caught 2 on day 1.
It was a very big relief for us to actually catch the first marlin, considering we went 0 for last year. We didn't catch any. So, you know, leading into it, knowing that we could catch them, it was just a matter of doing it on tournament day. And the fact that we were able to get a few on tournament day was huge. I mean, just for us, it was, you know, we were able to kind of, you know, get off the snide, you know what I mean, and post something, or at least post a release, which is better than not posting anything at all. And we felt pretty good about it, having caught 2 on the first day, especially when we got back and we saw that, you know, there was a few boats that caught quite a few more, but there were some that, you know, that really didn't.
And seeing the team do everything perfect is pretty incredible. And on day 1, that's even sweeter. And, you know, finish up the tournament that day. Lines are out at 3:30. We didn't see another fish. We went 2 for 3. I mean, that's doing well. You know, we love to be 3 for 3, 100%. We want to do everything the best as possible, but we were very happy coming in. And that's what it's all about, is just getting out there and give it everything you got.
great day for us. I mean, we saw some boats coming in with 7 or 8 flags, but for us, getting 2 away from the fleet on our own, it's really, really good. We got a boat out of the Macara going away in a White Marlin, and we're excited about that. Hopefully they got a big one, and they can turn that into some money here. But it's interesting coming in first, and empty slips everywhere. We beat the whole fleet in, and did well on the catch. So things are looking up compared to where we were last year.
At the end of the day, on day 1, we left feeling really good, and we thought that at that point, well, maybe we actually can post some decent numbers for the tournament and make something happen.